Okay, so let's continue. This is valid and invalid examples of identifier. So for first, you can see that total cells, this is valid because it's nothing wrong. Total underscore cells, this is acceptable, so it is valid. Total dot cells cannot contain dot because we only accept underscore. Okay, so it is invalid. And for total cells, you can see that this is a number at the front, so we know that it cannot start with a number, so it is invalid. And total cells, here there is a symbol. As we know, we cannot put in symbol, so it is a invalid identifiers. Okay, so data types. Data types we have integer, float, long, and complex. And character data types we have string, okay. Bool data type we have true, false, okay, 1, 0. And numeric data type, okay, we have plain integer of positive and negative whole numbers like 10, negative 10. Okay, assigned for suitable variable applications such as number of student or number of car. Why? Number we, okay, as human student, we only have one student, two student. We don't have half student, quarter student. Okay, and car also we need to have whole car. We are not like half car, quarter car. Okay, and data type long integer with infinite size. So it is similar with integer, but I said it's followed by the L. Okay, 10L, negative 10L. And float is for represent the real numbers, and then you will have decimal points like 12.45, negative 3.8, stored in a form similar to scientific notations. Okay, you can store like this also. And all floating points numbers are signed. Okay, numeric data types like complex, so used to represent a complex number. So represent the formula like a plus bi, where a and I are float number, while the I is the square root of negative 1. And character data type, which is a string data type, you can see that here. Okay, state, you assign state equal to string input, enter state. Okay, print state is and then state. State, if you assign Singapore, then we will print state. Okay, so this one, let me see the example here. Let me try to open. Okay, so if I save it. It's okay, I didn't put it here right. So I can open a new file. Okay, so let me save this. So I copy it into here. Okay, so let me try to run. Save Singapore. Okay, so let's run. Syntax error over here, the symbol size. You can add text. So if you want to copy, make sure it is correct here. Okay, so you can run. Here is error here. Okay, so enter text. Let's say I type Johor. So state is Johor, and then it will print the state is Singapore. Why? Okay, so let me explain to you why. Okay, so state here you put assign string, mean the input will be string. Okay, previous example you use float, then it is for decimal points. So you use string. Okay, here, so you can accept the string. Okay, Johor, and then print state is. So you call the state here, means is here, declare here, so you print Johor. However, after this, you put the state, you assign state to Singapore, means the state being updated to Singapore. Now it's no longer what you put in the Johor. So you print state, so it will show you Singapore. Okay, so in the programming, it will take the right rules, which is the latest. Okay, it will always go from first line going to the bottom. Okay, going down one by one. Okay, so it will go for the latest one. Okay, so let's continue. So bool data types represent the value that are true or false. So bool variables are stored in a small integers. False is represented by 0 and true is represented by 1. So bool all done is true, proof finish is false. Okay, so it's 1 and 0. Okay, so variable assignment. So in assignment state, use the assignment sign, okay, this equal sign operator to store a value in a variable. So you store a variable equal to the item equal to 12. Means you store the number 12 into for this item. And this statement assigns the value 12 to the item's variable, and the variable received the value must appear on the left side of the operator. Okay? Means that if you reverse it, become 12 equal to item, it will not work. It will give you errors. Like I explained to you the 3 types of error before this. Okay, you must follow the syntax rule. And then the initialize a variable means that to assign it to a number and automatically define with appropriate data type. So you assign length equal to 12. So the program will assign the data type is integer for that variable. Okay, so multiple variable assignment in the same line. Okay, so you can see this. Okay, so let me go to the example for you. So you can type the example in the coding. You need to try to type it at home. Okay, so you can pause the video, you can type this, okay, then you try to run it. Okay, so you can see that you store A, B, C, Q, R, J, X, Y, Z to 20, 38.5, and this is the string literal. So here you have an integer, here you have a floating number, here you have a string literal. You can store it at once. Okay, so first one it will assign for the first variable, second it will store for the second variable, and third it will store for the third variables. So when you print ABC, it will call the 20, and then you print QRJ, it will print the second, the 38.5, and you print XYZ, it will show you the multi-variables. So this is what we do for the multi-variable assignment in the same line. Okay, so arithmetic operators. So used for performing numeric calculations. Okay, so either C++ or Python and so on. You have unary, binary, and ternary operators. So unaries you have one operand. Okay, means for the negative number. Example like -5, -3, okay, -100. Binary is 2 operands. Means you need to have this 13 minus 7. Okay, ternary you have 3 operands. Okay, so you have the number 1, number 2, and number 3. So binary arithmetic operators, okay, you have addition, subtraction, division, and modulus. What you're not familiar is modulus, right? So modulus here is means 7 modulus 3 and equal to 1. So what is this mean for? Means 7 divided by 3, okay, and then the leftover is 1 if you take only integer. Okay, so a closer look at the operands. So let's say you print integer 13 over 5. This you need to try to type it at your computer, and then you read through one by one and check why is it happen. So 13 over 5, okay, 13 divided by 5 is 2 times 10, you left over 3, left over how much? 2 point something, right? So you are not you are getting the integer, so it will not give you the 2 point some number. If you press a calculator, it will give you 2 point something. So integers, you will take only the integer number, so you will take only 2. You will throw away the decimal point. It will not become the 3. Okay, even it is 2.9, so it will show you the integer 2. It will not become 3. Okay, and print 91 over 7, it will give you 13.0. Now you don't have an integer declared, so it is giving you the decimal points number. Okay, print 13 over 5.0, you will get 2.6. So the integer, it face the floating number, it will be upgraded to decimal points, the floating numbers. So you get this number. And 91.0 over 7, you get 13.0 because here you have floating number, so the integer will upgrade to floating and then divide. 13 modulus of 5 means you will get 3 because integer modulus, you will get the leftover is 3. And 13 divided by 5 and then the leftover is 3. However, integer and floating, it will upgrade to floating number, so the leftover is also floating number, so it means it's 3.0. Okay, 13 divided by 3.5, you get 2.5 because there is no there is only leftover of 2.5. Okay, and 13 divided by 6.5, you will get 0.0 because there is no leftover. Okay, so for this to calculate with modulus, you cannot just base on the calculation the value from calculator. The value, the answer from the division is not the answer. It is the leftover from division will be the answer. Okay, and then program documentation or comments. So as I explained before, the hash sign, which is also the pound sign, Okay, this is the program documentation used to provide information about the computer program to another programmer. So you write at that as a note. So easier for you to note anything when you want to refer to. Okay, this is for programmer. The user will not see it. Okay. Documentation is written inside the same file as the computer program. When you see the computer program, you can see the document. Okay, the purpose is to help other programmers to understand the program, what is the different parts, what is the program do, and what are some of its limitations, and so on. Okay, and then it does not contain instruction for the computer to execute. It will not affect the program, not translated into machine language, and consists of the information for the reader about what does it do, what is the specific features, limitations, and what is the versions. Okay, so what you have to do, you need to have that pound sign. Okay, it looks like a hash, right? This is called pound sign. Okay, so this is for single line documentation. So if you have multi-line, you need to use this. Okay, 3 quotation mark and end with 3 quotation mark. Okay, so let me show you the example for it. Let me open it. Is it here? Multi-line. Okay, so let me run it. You will see that it will not give you anything here because this is just the notes, documentation. Okay, so you start with 3 quotation mark and end with 3 quotation mark. So this is the note for the document. Okay, so this is for the user to use. Or else, if you want to do a novel and then you don't want anyone to see it, you can do it in the program, and then you just need to start with 3 quotation mark and end with 3 quotation mark. So this one is only for you to read it. Okay, so program to calculate the area of rectangle is just similar to the one that just now. You can do this and try to type this at home. Okay, this program to calculate rectangle, then you assign this. This is similar with the previous. Okay, so what you have to do now is you need to add the program to calculate the perimeter. Okay, so you need to try to do it. You can pause this screen and then you can proceed to do it. Okay, so let me open it for you to take a look. Okay, so what you have to do is you just have to copy the program and then you need to do this. Okay, so this, let me run this for you to see. Okay, so you can see that this is area and perimeter calculators for rectangle. So you input the length is 2, the width is 3, so the area is 6.0 millimeter power of 2 and the perimeter is 10. So how I do that? So I just add the perimeter equal to length times 2 plus width times 2, because perimeter of a rectangle, you know that is length 2 lengths plus 2 width. Okay, and then what is this for? This area round 2 means you round the decimal point to only 2. Okay, so also the perimeter I round it to only 2 decimal points. So this is to round the decimal points. If you don't have this, it will not show you error, but it will give you the very long decimal point. It will not give you only minimum round 2.0. Okay, so the area is the value and then the perimeter is that value. So let me run something that is with decimal point. So let's say I put 2.345 and length is 3.456. So you see that, okay, the area is 8.1 and then the perimeter is 11.6. This one's supposed to be 3. Let me try. If we change to 3, what is going to happen? Okay. .3, 3.2. Okay, it will give you the area is 7.36 because here is long. So if you have the round number, it will show you 0.0. But if you have decimal point, it will show you the long one. Okay. So you want to try to run again, you can try to run many times as you want as possible. 3.217. Okay. So you can see that if you put 3, it will give you the 3 decimal point. If you put 2, it will give you the 2 decimal points. Okay. So if your number is integer, the result is in integer, it will show you only 1 decimal point. But if you have a long one, it will show you 3 decimal, only the decimal point you desire. Okay, you can see that now it's changed back to 2 decimal points. Okay, so what can you do now is Okay, you can try to do area, length, time, width.